This video was actually a request, how to set up a nighttime routine. I am making this video for you because in one of my previous videos, some of you actually asked, like, do I really need a nighttime routine? And so I'm just going to share with you what my routine typically looks like. So my night literally starts after my workday is complete. And so I'm coming home and I'll just be reflecting on the kind of day I had. Again, I'm really big on using the 120 method. So I have a system, my planner. I like to write things down. There's just research that shows when you write things down, it just helps you actually achieve them better. There's a higher percentage of people achieving their goals when they write things down. And I like to collect the data. And so with my method, I'm really just looking like, did I show up and achieve or accomplish, conquer the things that I set out for myself to do today? And so I'm just looking at the data, not being judgmental, but just being like honest and looking for the feedback that I have for myself. And also, in this step, I'm planning for tomorrow. And so my nighttime routine is actually an overview of what tomorrow will look like. Stay tuned because I'm going to also create how to have a morning routine. And so as I'm planning out my tomorrow, I'm reflecting on today, and I ask myself this question. I ask myself, like, what did I learn today, or what brought me joy, right? I'm just looking for different things, and I just really like implementing this little practice. Next, I like to close the energetic loops. And so what that looks like to me, and if you ask my kids, they're going to tell you the same thing, close the energetic loops. What that looks like is we're just tidying up. So this is not a deep clean, right? We use that for weekends. This is not a deep clean, but what we're looking at is just really closing off where there's going to be some energy leaks happening. So that could look like making sure that we have put the dishes away, we've turned on the dishwasher, we've washed the dishes, the table's clean, the kitchen is clean. Because for me, it creates chaos waking up to tomorrow that hasn't even been completed. Like, I don't want to wake up tomorrow and still be living in yesterday, is what I'm trying to say. And so we need to close these energetic leaks. So we close the loops by just doing like a little tidy over, right? We're a big family, and so there's a lot of movement and stuff happening around here, and I just want that done. That just makes me feel good, and so we just do that. So we're gonna close the energetic loops, and then I start to get ready for bed. And so what that looks like, it's not often that I will take a bath. I just don't. I do enjoy baths. I just don't. But sometimes I will take a bath. But other times, mostly what I'm doing is I'm just getting right into my PJs. I've taken off the bra. Like, ladies tell me, you know what that feels like when it's just like, we can just relax. And then I'm getting into my PJs. Sometimes I'll have like a little tea, water. I'll have a little snack. It's usually like my 0% Greek yogurt with some like pumpkin seeds and some blueberries and such. Just, high protein snack. And then I will read a little bit and then just spend some time with Mark. So sometimes we just like to watch some shows. We don't so we do watch Netflix and stuff. I have people being like, do you even have time for TV? Yes. But we're not going to binge like hours and hours and hours, because again, my nighttime routine is to help me get the best night's sleep. So I like to start it earlier so that I can be asleep earlier. For myself, my hygiene sleep routine, like the sweet spot for my sleep, is I love 9 hours. Like, I love 9 hours of sleep. And again, you might be in a season of life where that's not possible. I know what that's like when you are caring for other little people, or perhaps you're caring for another family member or a pet, or perhaps your life is just a little bit busier. I know that everybody has seasons, so please, I'm just sharing what works for me. But I know that 9 hours is like ideal. So I try to really aim. I'm always trying to set myself up so that I'm going to bed around the same time every night. And so Mark and I will just literally chill in bed. We'll watch some Netflix. We have some seasons that we're working through. It's really fun. And watch an episode or two, and then it's lights out. And so if we're looking at screens now, we're watching a TV, so the TV is further. But if I'm looking at my phone, I like to try to wear blue blockers as much as possible, or I will literally dim the light on my phone. So again, dimming the lights is another trick that I use. The next step is super important, and here's where you might like stop talking to me. But I used to have a really horrible habit of bringing my phone to bed with me and just doom scrolling for like hours on end. And the next thing you know, it's literally a scroll hole. Like, tell me, you know what I'm saying. You're gonna be scrolling, and next thing you know, it's like 1 a.m. and you gotta get up at 6. Like, no bueno. So I had to break up with my phone during this routine. So my phone is not really close to me. I have access to it, but it's not super close to me. It doesn't come to bed with me, is what I'm saying. And instead, what I'll do is I'll use a good old fashioned alarm clock. Or I actually have an old BlackBerry that is like so obsolete, it can't even go on the internet, so it's perfect for me. And I will use that alarm setting because I just love the sound that it makes, and I haven't found anything that's similar to it. And so that has been a huge game changer for me because, as I said, I had a really bad habit of just scrolling nonstop, and so my phone can't be near me. If I find that I'm not that I'm restless, right? Again, I try to start my routine before I'm even tired, so like my body is already knowing like it's time to prep for bed. On those nights where I feel like I'm restless, I will take a nice warm bath. I have a skylight that I just put in the bathroom, and it just like everything's dim. There's some candles. I'll play light music, like just tranquil music to just really let my nervous system know like it is time for bed. Or if I don't feel like doing that, what I'll do is I will just do some breathing. Like I do a breathing pattern, and what it looks like is you breathe in for 4 really deep in your belly. So you're gonna like fill your belly up for the count of 4. So it's like, we're going to do it right now, just breathing in, and then I'm going to hold at the top for 4, and then I'm going to release, like a long release for 4. And I find like that pattern, I attempt to do it 4 rounds, and usually I'm passed out well before that. Another trick that I have up my sleeve too for those nights that I feel a little bit restless, because again, like I'm in perimenopause, so my hormones were like a little bit wonky until I started the BHRTs. But what I've done is I will play binaural beats. And so I have that set up so that I can play some binaural beats just really quietly, because I don't want to keep my husband awake either. But it's enough to just it just like puts my brain waves into a nice theta state, and then we're gone. What I've found is, obviously, depending on whatever season I found myself in life, this routine has shifted quite some bit. So like, example, when my kids were much younger, and very dependent on me, it didn't always look like this. But for the current phase that I find myself in right now at 46, a Gen Xer in her 46th year of life, is I like to take things more slow, be a lot more intentional, and just give myself that space. Like, I love the fact that my kids are much more independent, and I'm able to do that. And to honestly, sleep is, I used to say sleep is a privilege, but it's a necessity. Sleep is so vital. And what I found for myself is when I really hold strong, not strict or rigid, but hold strong to keeping a routine around my sleep hygiene, I will have much better outcomes the following day. Like, I can human a lot better when I have put the focus on my sleep. And for those who are perhaps in your midlife like I am, sleep is really important. And I know sometimes our hormones do play with that, and it does impact how we show up. And I would really just say prioritize your sleep. Like, it is so, so important for everything. So this is pretty much what my sleep routine looks like right now, my sleep hygiene routine. Could you let me know in the comments what your routine is, if you have one? And if you don't have one, share with me something that you're gonna attempt. If I could offer solid wisdom to you right now, it would be to try not to have your phone easily accessible to you. Like, it could still be in your room, right, for safety reasons and such, but to not have it like directly on your pillow or under your pillow. Trust me, it is a pattern that was hard to break at first. It was very difficult to break. I'm not even gonna lie about that. But now that I've done it, it just helps me. And again, I will rebel against myself sometimes. Tell me if you've done this as well, where I will just grab my phone and then I'll just start scrolling. But then I have to really just parent myself to be like, okay, Crystal, like we got to sleep. No more revenge procrastination. Get the sleep. So let me know if any of this helped you. If you enjoyed this content, could you please let me know with a thumbs up? This way I know that you enjoyed it. And thank you once again to all the subscribers and for sharing, for all those who share out the video. Like, thank you, all my videos. I'm so grateful. If you have not yet subscribed, could you please subscribe? And if you wanted to make sure not to miss any new content, if you hit that notification bell, you'll be the first to know when I drop new videos. As always, be brave, be bold, be you.